Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to explore a habit we all have, but almost never think about. It's something our source material argues is just as crucial to our well-being as food and water, so let's dive right in. First up, just a simple question to get us started. Think about your day so far. How many times have you consciously decided to eat something? For most of us, it's probably 3, 4, maybe even 5 times if we're counting snacks. We plan our meals. We think about what we want. We actually sit down and do it. It's a very deliberate part of every single day. Okay, now for the follow-up. In that very same time period, how many moments did you dedicate to consciously paying attention to your breath? If you're like most people, the answer is probably 0. And that stark contrast is exactly what we're going to explore. This brings us to our first section, the forgotten habit. We're going to start thinking about our breathing not just as this automatic thing our body does, but as a daily habit that, well, we've kind of let fall by the wayside. I think this slide makes a really fascinating comparison. Look on the left, you've got our standard daily habits: eating, drinking, personal hygiene. We are meticulous about these things, right? But then, over on the right, we have breathing. The argument from our source is that we should be giving it that same level of care, but for most of us, it's completely forgotten. So why should we care? I mean, what's the real payoff for turning this unconscious action into a conscious habit? Let's move into our next section and find out why your breath really matters. And this isn't just about feeling calm. The source points to some really powerful, tangible benefits. Conscious breathing can actively reduce both mental and physical stress. It can even help you learn new skills more effectively because it improves your focus, it sharpens your alertness, while at the same time relieving the pressure of intense thinking. It's like it gets your heart and your mind on the same page. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It really sums up the core message from our source. We need to completely recategorize breathing in our minds. It's not just something our body does in the background. It's a form of nourishment, just as vital as the food we eat and the water we drink. Okay, so we get the why, but what about the how? That brings us to our third section, which is all about getting reacquainted with this fundamental process. It's time to discover your breath. The idea of paying attention to your breath can sound a little abstract, maybe even a bit intimidating, but it really doesn't have to be. So how can you actually start doing this in a simple, easy way? Well, the source suggests a really simple 4-step process. First, just observe. Right now, just notice how you're breathing. Then you experiment, and we'll dig into that in just a second. After that, you start to feel. Can you sense where the air is moving in your body? And finally, you integrate it, syncing your breath with movement or even with speaking. Let's really focus on that second step, experiment. This is where the fun and the real discovery happens. And remember, the goal here is curiosity, not perfection. So here are some simple experiments from the source. Try breathing only through your nose for a minute. Notice how the air feels cooler, more filtered. Now switch to your mouth. Feel that difference? It's often faster, more direct. You can also play with speed. Take a few quick, sharp breaths and then slow it way, way down. See if you can direct the air. Try to inflate your belly like a balloon on the inhale and then feel it fall. Then try lifting only your chest. Can you feel it in your neck? You can even sync your breath with your steps as you walk or with the rhythm of your speech. It's all just about bringing a little awareness back to this forgotten habit. So, where is all this going? Well, it leads to completely reframing this practice, which brings us to our final section, creating a new daily ritual. This slide gives us such a clear, actionable definition. Conscious breathing is simply treating your breath with the exact same care and attention you already give to personal hygiene, your meals, and staying hydrated. It's about elevating it to that same level of importance in your day. And let's be super clear here. This is not about adding another chore to your to-do list. Not at all. It's about using a fundamental tool you already possess for self-care, one that can actually help you subtract stress from your life. So, we'll leave you with this final, powerful thought from our source. We all make hundreds, maybe thousands of decisions every single day. But what if the most important one, the one that sets the tone for everything else, is how you take your very next breath?